So right now we're at 7180 East Orchard Road. We're on the southwest corner of Orchard and Quebec in the Greenwood Medical Center.
And look at this. You got visitor parking just for you. So pick any spot when you pull up, and we're just going to give you a little walkthrough, so come along with us. So head on through the 2 sets of double doors and coming up to the 3rd floor. We'll be waiting for you. Alternatively, you can take the elevator if you want. You can see right over on the other side, the north side of the building. So if 3 flights of stairs is a little bit much, take the elevator.
So now we're here at the top of the stairs. So this is the front door coming into the office. As you'll notice, we're in the Shine Integrative Health office, along with Food Beautiful and also Women First Health and Wellness.
All right, well, welcome to the waiting room of our beautiful office. We're very excited for you. So right now you're sitting down in the waiting room, and we've got a little bit of work for you to do. So we've got a couple forms, 1 or 2, depending on your specific scenario. And Michael will talk about that in a second. But at Whole Spectrum Health, we believe that our bodies were created and designed to do amazing things, including heal themselves if we give them the right environment. And so that's what we want to do for you today, is provide an environment for your body to do what it does best. And so we've got this first form for you to fill out, which is the inform and consent waiver. So please read that carefully, go through everything. And then Michael, why don't you tell them a little bit about the oxygen and about this other supplemental form?
Sure. So because the FDA considers when you receive oxygen that is considered a medical drug.
You heard him correctly. Oxygen is a drug, apparently.
Yes, that's what they say. So with that, it does require a prescription. So when you come in to do the mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy, you can choose to either do it with or without the oxygen. If you want to use the oxygen, that requires a prescription. So our partner will do a short little exam with you. They will also give you a prescription so that then you can come in and spend time with us and do your therapy session. So if you're going to take that route, we'll just have you fill out a 1-page little medical release form. We'll have you go to them, do the exam, and then come back to see us for your first session. They're just going to walk you through some contraindications. For example, if you have very high blood pressure up in the 170s to 180s, if you have cold, flu, or sinuses, things going on, it's not recommended to go in with those symptoms. So that's why we're going to send you to them. They're going to just go through a little bit of your medical history and background and make sure that mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a good fit for you and what you're trying to accomplish in your overall health and wellness.
Perfect. And we're going to take you back in so you can see the chamber. What we want to do is we want to make sure that you feel comfortable as you're going in, and so we'll explain all of this in person when we're with you, but just wanted to give you a little foreshadowing of what you're going to go through. So in a moment we'll head back and you can go check out the chamber.
All right, everyone, time to come in for your first session. So come on back into the office and we'll show you the chamber. All right, so this is a mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. A lot of fancy words, right? So just a little bit of information. So you see there's a little pressure gauge here. So mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy goes up to 1.3 atmospheric pressure. If you're doing some research or if you're getting recommended to do mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy, you'll probably notice that they do this in some of the hospitals at much higher levels for much more serious needs than that. But this is a mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber, and we're going to show you what it looks like if you come in, do a session with us, climbing in and getting out.
Okay, so this is the hardest part of the entire process for you, and it's really not that hard, as I'll show you. So once you get in here, we'll instruct you to take your shoes off. I would recommend that you wear very comfortable clothes. You don't want to wear anything too hot because it can get a little bit hotter in there, and we've got a fan for you if that's the case. So what we'll do is we'll start up the air compressors, begin the airflow. If you're using oxygen, we'll turn the oxygen concentrator on, and we'll begin the inflation process. So here's how easy it is. All right, Michael, you ready to go in?
All right, super.
And just like that, your session has begun. So now the hard work is done, and now you can just sit back, relax, and breathe normally. Okay, so once you're in the chamber, we're gonna ask you to zip the inside zipper right here. Go ahead and show them, Michael.
All right, so you just grab this little extender, you zip this zipper on the inside, and you will zip it really tight. Make sure that it is seated in the little landing here so it's completely sealed. And then as we are on the outside, we are now zipping the exterior zipper, and as you can see, now the airflow into the chamber is going to start to inflate this. All right, so once the zippers are zipped, you can see the chamber is starting to inflate. And so how that happens, just so you're aware, this is the little open and shut release valve. So this red valve closes the chamber so that the oxygen can inflate the chamber, but it also deflates it when we get to that point. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. And so you can actually control closing that and opening that on the inside. Next, if you are going to use the oxygen concentrator, you will have your own mask, which we will provide to you for $5 when you do your first session. And this little connector will connect right on the little air valve right here. Once this mask is on, the oxygen concentrator is just free-flowing oxygen into your system, so just breathe normally and you will be able to utilize that. That actually is what takes the oxygen level from about 21%, which is our normal oxygen level out in the atmosphere air, to about 86% or so by using the oxygen concentrator mask. We have a little portable fan in here in case you get a little bit warmer. So we'll provide this to you. We have a couple fans outside, a couple different styles, but this one will be charged up and ready to go. And so you can turn this on. You can do low, medium, or high. And so if you get a little bit warmer in here, it's just a way that you can keep cool during your session. So now that we're inside and the chamber is fully pressurizing, one of the things we just want to inform you of. So as the chamber is pressurizing, you'll feel a little bit of pressure on your ears, similar to when you fly on an airplane. And so a couple of the things that you can do, just depending on how much your ears will plug, is you can swallow just to try to unplug your ears, or also just kind of plug your nose and blow out. It'll help to relieve the pressure off your ears. And then once you're up to full pressure, that pressure goes away and you can just lay down comfortably. But as you can see, I am sitting up Indian style in the chamber, and we still have quite a bit of room here, so you can see how big this is. It's a 40-inch diameter chamber. And what you're starting to hear is the automatic pressure relief valve. So air will constantly be flowing into and out of at the exact right pressure that you need. So any of you that might have a little bit of claustrophobia, I have a little bit of that in my own life, and I do not feel uncomfortable in here in any way, shape, or form. I can control the zippers, I can control the release valve, and I sit very comfortably or lie down very comfortably in this chamber because of the size and enjoy the experience. Okay, well your session is almost up, and so we're going to let you know. You can see these windows that are above our heads. We can see and communicate with you very clearly, and so we'll let you know when your session's about to end. But Michael's going to talk with you about a few things that happen in the depressurization process, just so that you're aware of it. The same way that we close this valve in order for the chamber to inflate, the first thing that will happen when your session is over is we will begin to open this to deflate. So just to make you aware, there's 3 different settings. First one will start to deflate at the lowest speed of air being released. If you turn it all the way to 3, it happens a lot faster. So on the deflation process, sometimes the pressure on the ears is a little bit more. So usually what we are going to do is we're going to put it on level 1, the lowest release of that pressure, least amount of pressure on the ears as you're getting out, until that atmospheric pressure is down about halfway. Then we'll start to open a little bit more. That's why it's the most comfortable. So a couple of things that take place as you're deflating is, until until that pressure gets all the way back down to 0 and we're getting ready to unzip the zippers and unbuckle you, these little windows, who are just basically like plexiglass, because it is deflating, they kind of pop and snap, and sometimes it's a little bit loud and it's a little bit startling, so we just want to make you aware of that on the front end so it doesn't scare you. Once you know that's going to happen, not a big deal, but just so it doesn't startle you as you're getting out of your first session. And then once this chamber is completely deflated, then we will unzip the zippers, all the air is released, we'll unbuckle, and you climb out the same way that we had you climb in.
All right, well, your session is all complete. The chamber has deflated. So all we're gonna do now is unzip. And let you on out.
All right. That was a lot of fun. So that's what it's like to be in the mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber.